So if you're like me and you were kind of bummed out when Blumhouse's The Hunt got shelved earlier this year because of some political reasons and also because of that mass shooting that took place in the States, you might be happy to know that High Octane Pictures is putting a movie out coming this December called American Hunt. So I guess we have that to look forward to. Or do we? Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So yeah, if you're like me, you were disappointed when you heard earlier this year that they were going to shelve the movie The Hunt by Blumhouse Pictures for some political bullshit. And then also, I guess I get the fact because there was a mass shooting, but I don't know, it seems to happen all the time in the States, so I don't know. But anyways, they decided to shelve the movie The Hunt. So High Octane Pictures stepped in, and they have a movie coming out this December called American Hunt. Now, the two movies kind of have the same premise, whereas The Hunt, I guess, is they drop 12 people into kind of an open field, and then they figure out they have to fend for themselves because some politicians or something hunt them. Okay, I guess that's the general premise. Whereas this movie, these two brothers bring people to their 20-acre farm and then hunt them for body parts, which is pretty much it. I'll read the synopsis really quick. A group of friends is torn apart when they become part of two human hunters, sick game. The men give them 10 minutes to hide, and then the real hunt begins. So that's pretty much what I just said is the synopsis. But yeah, so basically the brothers, they start dating people or become friends with people, and then they ask them if they want to go buck hunting. So they invite them to their farm, and then so they have like a sleepover. So the next morning they wake them up at like 5 or 5:30, and then tell them what's really going on, saying that they've got 10 minutes to run, and then they're going to come after them and kill them, which they do. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you, the poster for this movie is what drew me into this movie. I was excited to see it. The trailer, when I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, it looks okay. It's very low budget, micro budget. But I'm into that, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of movies, and I'll tell you, I just did a review for the movie Cosmos, and that movie had a 0 budget, which should be my new standard for low budget movies, because they did it on a 0 budget, and that movie is fucking awesome. If you haven't seen that review yet, check it out. It's called Cosmos, and if you get a chance to watch the movie, don't pass it by, because it is amazing. But I sat down and I watched this movie, American Hunt. And I don't know, man, the idea was cool, you know what I mean, for a horror movie. It's certainly not a new movie, or certainly not a new idea, but I gave it a chance, and it just, I don't know, it didn't hit the mark for me. I know with low budget, well, Blumhouse too, I mean, if you watch their trailer for The Hunt, I mean, that's low budget too. I mean, Blumhouse, they're part of their name, you know what I mean, is how they make such great movies on such low budgets. But I'm assuming this movie had like a micro budget, so you know what I mean. I don't know how low it was, but I'm just guessing by the effects, and it was probably done on like a super small budget. So I will give this movie a chance. But that being said, I'm going to go back to Cosmos because, again, 0 budget. And the acting was fucking killer, and the pace was pretty good. You know what I mean? But this movie, it just felt like it was a bunch of buddies that went down to the local Halloween store and got some fake blood and ran around in the bush for a weekend filming a film, which is maybe what they did. I don't know. But if you look up the director, Aaron Miters, I think that's how you say his name. I mean, he's got a few movies under his belt, most notably The Curse of the Nun. And then he also directed a movie that just came out earlier this year, I believe, called Clowntergeist. So, I mean, you can kind of get the style of the movies that he directs from those two movies if you watch the trailer. So, I mean, we're talking like super low budget here. But, I mean, I don't know. If you're going to make a movie like this, like, I don't know. I get it that they probably put their full effort into it, but I had a hard time watching this movie. It's only 1 hour and 20 minutes long, but it's just basically people running around in the bush, and there's a lot of stupid in this movie too. Like, it's just, I don't know. I was shaking my head more than I was enjoying it. And the two main characters, the two brothers, are Taylor Novaks, who plays Levi, and then Brad Bellingham, I think, who plays Memphis. And the best way I can describe them is this is almost, I'm going to give it a compliment, almost like a prequel, say, to Dusk Till Dawn. The Quentin Tarantino and the George Clooney characters, they were brothers, where Quentin Tarantino was like the troublemaking kind of asshole pervert brother. Well, that's kind of what this Memphis character's like. And then Levi's trying to keep them under control here because they want to have fun killing these people. But, he's also got to deal with his asshole brother who's got like a sick kind of a twisted mind more than Levi does. But what they do is Levi goes out and he gets these girlfriends, okay? And he dates them for like 4 or 5 months. And then he invites the girlfriend and then a couple of their friends back to their farm, promising them, we'll sleep over and then in the morning we'll go buck hunting, you know what I mean, or deer hunting, whatever. And but then they end up hunting the 3 people, the girlfriend and the 2 friends, and they kill them and then they chop them up and they sell them for body parts. They say this in the movie, you know what I mean? So that's what they're doing, is they're making a living off of, I guess, trafficking human body parts to wherever, do you know what I mean, for people who want to buy them for whatever reason. So, and that's kind of the gist of the movie. But I would, and this movie did have some good in it. I mean, there's a few good, like there's some headshots and stuff that are pretty good. But listen, I'm telling you, like for the most part, this movie is practical, okay? And it looks like just store-bought, like Walmart-bought fake blood. You know what I mean? When they shows the blood scenes and the gore scenes. So I get it. This was done on a micro budget, okay? But to kind of jazz this movie up, and you can't tell me you couldn't have done this, was instead of just having 3 people getting killed, like why not get a whole bunch of your friends, like say, 10, 12, 14, and then have them hunt that many people. I mean, if you're using, basic bottom of the barrel gore effects, which anybody can do, anyone on YouTube can do it, you know what I mean, for next to no money, then why not have a shit ton of people that they invite to this farm and then kill them that way? You know what I mean? Like if you watch the practical effects in this movie, I mean, they're nothing special at all. Do you know what I mean? It's just fake blood coming out of their mouths. Like it's obvious, you know what I mean? So why not heighten it a bit by having, instead of just 3, because basically the 2 people, the Levi's girlfriend and then the other girl's, Kimberly's boyfriend, get killed almost immediately during the hunt. So then the rest of the movie is the other girl, Kimberly, running around. You know what I mean? And she gets a little bit of revenge on the one brother and stuff. And I don't want to give spoilers, but I mean, it's fucking pretty much in the trailer. But I don't know. I don't understand. And I don't buy lack of budget, even if on a 0 budget. Invite your fucking friends to the movie shoot. You know what I mean? Like again, have 12 of them there, 14, as many people as you can get. Scatter them all over, and then, even if you have quick kills or whatever, but at least you up the kill count, and it'll keep, a horror fan interested. But I don't know. I just kind of found this movie to be kind of silly, and I don't know, not so much annoying, but I don't know. Again, I mean, I'm sure they did the best they could, but I don't understand why they didn't have more people involved in this movie as far as, victims. I guess that would have made this movie a shit ton better. But again, I am not a movie maker. I am not a director. I am just a fat guy that sits here in front of the camera and gives my opinion on whether I like movies or not. So, and I am very forgiving of low budget horror. And again, this wasn't a terrible movie, but you know what I mean? If you go in expecting it to be kind of a substitute for The Hunt, and I mean, they blatantly use Hunt in this their taglines and in the poster, hunt or be hunted. Like Hunt is everywhere, so they're just using that name, you know what I mean, to try and, I guess, draw people in from who are people like me who are disappointed that The Hunt got shelved. So, and I mean, the poster for this movie looks cool. If the movie was half as good as the poster looks, it'd be fucking acceptable. I don't know. So, anyways, it's supposed to be released December 10th, video on demand and DVD. To give it a rating, I don't know. I'd probably give it like a 3.5, maybe a 4. I mean, they tried hard, but, and again, this is the same fella that brought us movies like Clowntergeist and The Curse of the Nun. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but this movie just kind of fell flat for me, unfortunately. So I don't know. I just didn't get into it. So I expected more. I'm telling you again, Cosmos, zero budget. It was just a fucking watch that movie. If you haven't seen Cosmos yet, go watch that movie, and then you'll know what I'm basing my review on for this movie. Two totally different movies, okay? And again, I don't know what the budget for this was, but Cosmos was made on a zero budget. And I mean, that movie was fucking awesome. So that's kind of what I'm basing the two against. And I've seen a lot of low budget movies that are fucking killer. And unfortunately, this just wasn't one of them. So anyways, if you have seen this movie, let me know what you think about it. If not, it does come out December 10th. So make sure you rent it or give it a watch. No matter what I say, whether I like him or not, again, it's just my opinion, right? And I'm telling you, whether I like it or not, you should all watch this movie just so you can base your own opinion on it as well. And after you watch the movie, then come back here, leave me some comments, and let me know what you guys thought of this one. So, American Hunt, yeah, I give it a 3.5, maybe a 4 out of 5 or out of 10. But yeah, give it a watch. Let me know what you think. And until next time, guys, stay scared.